Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. We're also streaming to you live on yorbamedia.com. All right, my guest this segment is Nick Santiago, President and CEO of InTheMoneyStocks.com. This guy has made some outstanding calls on this show, and he continues to just knock it out of the park. Nick, thanks for coming back on.
Thank you for having me, Michael. Great to be back.
My pleasure. Okay, you want to start talking today about yesterday's FOMC meeting?
Yeah, I just wanted to, elaborate on that just a little bit because it seems like at least my subscribers have contacted me saying, hey, the Fed's going to keep rates at, basically 0 to 0.25% all the way until late 2014. What difference does it really make if the Fed keeps rates all the way out to 2025 at 0%? They've been this way since December 2008. Things have not really, changed all that much. The markets have still been in somewhat of a volatile trading range. It really seems that the markets only go up when the Fed implements a QE3 or a quantitative easing program. And, that probably isn't going to happen until later this year. So I just wanted to, just elaborate on that a little bit, that they keep dangling this carrot out that there's QE3 coming and interest rates are going to be low. But that's been the way it's been since, December 2008. We've had the Fed funds rate at basically 0%.
Right. Yeah. So nothing changed as far as you're concerned.
No, nothing changed. But you hear all this media hype about how, how accommodative they are and, how rates are going to be low. What's the difference? They've been this low. It really isn't going to change things. We're dealing with bigger things, like, the U.S. debt, which is at going to be $16 trillion, or the implosion of the European Union that's on the verge of happening any day now. You have the slowdown in Japan and in China. I mean, these are the real issues. It's amazing, though, how the market just wants to feed off of, a headline that is going to be low interest rates. Yeah,
well, be that as it may, you touched on a couple of questions that brought up to the top of my mind. The issues that we're seeing in Asia, say China's real estate market imploding, and then the debt issues that we've got in Europe. Maybe Greece leaves the the euro, and that scared money over there trying to find a home in a safer and more profitable investment here. Do you see that as giving us at least another 15 to 30% rally in the equity markets because of the flight to quality, if you will?
I don't. Actually, I think that the flight is going to be into the U.S. dollar, and the stronger dollar will push the markets down, even here. I think we're going to see a big rally across the world once all of these central bankers get together the way they did a long time ago, and they all decide to inflate the market up by printing more capital. Well, I think Europe is going to become like the Federal Reserve. Right now, they can't print money, but eventually, if they get enough votes, I guess to ratify it, and everybody joins in, they will be able to do that.
Well, it's not on your list of things to talk about today, but I want to bring this up. This J.P. Morgan Chase company, JPM.
Right.
I'm looking at it. It's up there just above the resistance or the support area that we had on the end of October. And I wanted to get your feeling on where we are, because if that's the case, then if you're looking for a rollover here, that's probably not a bad place to short that J.P. Morgan. But I wanted to hear from you first.
Yeah, I'm in your camp there. I think that JPM is probably, I use that as a barometer for me. It's coming up into a big resistance point, even at $38 right here. The stock has had a tremendous move since November. Is there a chance that it gets it into $40? If you have a weekly chart, Michael, take a look at the weekly chart of JP Morgan, and you're going to see, just go back to August 2011, and look at that big breakdown bar right there. Do you see that on your chart?
I do.
Okay, now if JPM trades up a little bit more, it's already getting into that range, trades up a little bit more, what are those people that bought JPM at that level going to do to that stock if it trades up a little bit more? They're going to dump it, and they're going to dump it with both hands, and that's what's ultimately coming.
Okay, no, you've been right more than wrong on this show, so I wanted to get that from you. I was just talking to the floor of the exchange, and they don't seem quite as panicky as I've seen them be at other tops when I've had them on the show.
No, because we're not there yet.
Okay.
Right now, this this little sell-off we're getting today, you have a lot of topping tails in today's market, but it's just a pullback. The real fall is not about to come. That's going to come, I don't want to release the date yet, but that's a little bit down the road, but it will be in the first half of this year.
Okay, now we've got a couple of people in the shout box, and one of the guests will say, by the way, insiders have been selling J.P. Morgan. So have you noticed anything about that?
I don't really track insider trading all that much, but unless it's really Goldman Sachs, I like to watch them a little bit closer. However, I can see insiders selling. It's been a great rally. They got to be out of their minds not to take profits off the table here. I mean, upside objective for JPM really would be around $40, and like I said, you're going to come into that that August 2011 timeframe, and right there, anybody who bought is going to be a seller because they're going to be just happy to get back their money at break even.
Okay, you didn't want to release the time frame in regards to the top that you're looking for on the stock market. Can you give us a little hint as to your feeling about prices?
Well, I think right now everything it looks toppy for a pullback. Everything. You take a look today. Look at Freeport-McMoRan, which is a leading copper producer. That stock has a beautiful topping tail in on the charts. Take a look at Qualcomm, which is one of the leading semiconductor plays. That stock has a beautiful outside day reversal bar. There are just so many different leading names that are rolling over today. SanDisk is down 6 points. Now the Dow is only down, I believe, $36, 36 points at the moment, which is not indicative of the real damage that's going on in the market today. All the cloud computing stocks are getting simply hammered today. So you have so many different names trading lower. You got to look for a pullback. We've already initiated our pullback last night to look for today as a gap higher open and a sell-off, and so far so good.
Okay, so not a big pullback is what I'm hearing out of you?
No. This isn't the granddaddy of all sell-offs. This is going to be, probably a decent little pullback right now. If the spiders pull back, they probably go down to 125, 124 level. So this is not the sell-off that I'm looking for in 2012.
Okay, all right. Now I've got another question there. A guest in the shout box wants me to ask you about bond. Is the bond topped or more to go on the upside?
No, I believe the bond market is still just basing here in a sideways pattern. Today you have the TLT moving up to 117.50. You know that I've talked about the TLT around the 116 level would be an opportunity. You have to be careful here because it is starting to base sideways, so there's always a chance that bond market could sell off a little bit more. But the bond market move is not over. That won't end until in the latter part of 2012.
Okay, now you wanted to talk about JJC.
Yeah, JJC is holding up pretty well today, and this is a copper ETF. But if you look at the chart, you're going to see, Michael, if you just go back to September 15, September 16, 2011, look at that big gap right there where the breakdown occurred, and, we're almost into that level. We're already trading at the daily chart 200 moving average. So, copper to me, and looking at Freeport-McMoRan's action today, and then seeing the volume on Freeport-McMoRan, which is leading copper producer, I got to think the copper names are coming close to a pullback, and then a little bit down the road, they're going to really hit some hard selling. Okay.
All right. You wanted to talk about gold also.
Yes. Gold made a tremendous move yesterday after the Federal Reserve released their statement and, obviously kept interest rates at 0%, which was no big surprise. But gold up here too, and I'm a gold bug. I own bullion. I've owned it for years now, gold and silver. Gold here is too toppy right now. I would tell anybody in here that owns gold, start trailing your stop losses into the money or tight, because gold is very, very top heavy up here.
Okay, and in regards to the pullback, did you want to talk about GLD or actually the futures?
Well, we could talk about either. Right now, I'd rather just talk about GLD because that's what most traders have on their trading platforms. But if you look at GLD, you're coming right up into that December breakdown level. I mean, where gold chopped around and then really got hit with hard selling. Yesterday, it went up on a little bit of volume and it had a big expanded wide range day. But whenever you see you're going up into a big resistance point like this, I mean, you got to be careful here. And my forecast for gold is to go lower in 2012 before it goes higher.
Oh, okay. So this is as far as you're concerned, is an opportunity to go ahead and short into it.
To short it or if you own it, there's an opportunity to get out.
Got it. All right, silver before we get out of here?
Yeah, silver is basically the same exact thing. It's just a poor man's gold. It's just another way of playing it. Same exact thing. Silver is overcooked to the upside, perhaps. If gold and silver can, come down gently and they form a somewhat of a consolidation base, maybe they'll get another move. But I would not be in either one at this moment.
Okay, that sounds good. Now, give me a web address, and so people can come into your trading room and watch you pull the trigger on these trades.
Sure. Come over to inthemoneystocks.com. Take a 7-day free trial to our intraday stock chat. You'll see everything that we're doing, or sign up for our research center, and you'll get all of our nightly videos, all of our nightly setups, and just a ton of content for each and every trader. You'll learn a ton, and you'll watch exactly how we navigate this market throughout the year.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, Nick. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Michael. Have a great day.
You too. Everybody, that was Nick Santiago, President and CEO of InTheMoneyStocks.com. InTheMoneyStocks.com is the website. Go to he has these trading rooms all day long where he's pulling the trigger. So go on in there, check it out. On the other side of the break,